We actually have Cara Maria on the show right now. Cara Maria is from the Real World Battle of the Exes. I know Kris is a giant fan of this show. Cara, pleasure to have you on.
Hi.
Hey, pleasure to have you on the show, Cara.
Cara.
Hi, Cara. How's it going? What happened yesterday that you couldn't be on for the interview?
Wait, what's my name?
Cara Maria.
Say it again.
Cara Maria. Cara Maria. Cara Maria.
Let's start the interview with, how to say my name. Cara Maria.
Cara Maria.
There you go. Okay.
All right. Let me say it a couple more times. Cara Maria.
Yeah, good job.
Perfect. Wait. Can you say it now?
But me?
Yes.
Cara.
Okay, wait. Now you say it.
Cara Maria.
No, you.
There you go.
No.
You're driving
You want us to
car.
go back? Yeah, car.
I would like you guys to battle, saying it back and forth.
Well, we know that you've been on a bunch of these challenges. We're watching Battle of the Exes this season, and we saw that there was a lot of turmoil between you and Abe going on, and I wanted to know if you guys are still dating.
That's kind of a tough question. We just got off a really bad phone call right before this. I totally forgot about the interview, so I'm not going to talk about it, Abram.
Really? So you and Abram aren't on good terms?
I don't know. We're supposed to be doing a road trip together on Tuesday. I'm supposed to fly to Phoenix on Tuesday, and we're supposed to do a road trip from Phoenix to Vegas for a few days, and then up to Montana. He's trying to make his way back home, and it's I don't know. We just we're not having we just fight every day. So.
That sounds horrible. I'm Justin Williams, and I just want to tell you I got a new Acura. Will you you want to do a road trip with me?
Hello?
Yeah?
Yeah, I got a 1995 Acura. I got it. Would you go on a road trip with me if it doesn't work out with Abe?
Nah.
It's a 95. I got a CD player in it.
Nah.
Well, I was watching in the season.
I'll book a solo trip to Hawaii or something.
Yeah.
Oh, solo.
Got him. I was watching the season, and I saw a few episodes. You and Abram, you were doing great at one point, and you mentioned moving in with him, and he was very excited about that. And then, the next day, you pretty much took back everything you said, and it put Abram in kind of a funk. And
right.
And I know you were talking about him that sometimes he's happy, sometimes he's sad, sometimes he's this and that. Don't you feel like you're sort of the catalyst for that happening? Because moving in with somebody is a big move, and let's just take everything you said back the next day. I mean, that's kind of a bad play.
That was one of our big fights back in the day. Was it's a lot more complicated than people think. It's not like we're two free people that can just move in with each other anywhere. He has the responsibility of the sun house that he rents out in Montana, and he's going to come up with $3,000 a month to pay for that, and he has no work in the winter in Montana, so he's constantly traveling. In the meantime, I've got a horse out here in Boston who's my life. I've had it for 11 years. People who have kids, 11-year-old kids will, get it. But, you can't put a horse on an airplane and take it wherever you want to go. And wherever I move, wherever I live, I'm bringing the horse with me.
Would you like
and Abram can't stay in one place, so it's complicated. But when I would explain, I just want to figure out where we'd be together so that I can figure everything out, he'd say that's an excuse. You're just making up excuses, and you really don't want to live with me. You must have something else going on. And I'm like, no, I do, but I want to have a plan. You can't just come out here and then leave me. I can't just get a place and furnish it within a week and start paying rent on it. Well, you're still paying rent on this place in Montana.
He's wrong for you, girl.
So
there's a lot. I like to do things. I like to be smart about things. I don't just like to just do things without thinking.
So then why would you tell him to move in with you?
Because it was a constant argument that we would always have with each other. He was saying, because I wouldn't, he just wasn't believing. It was a big argument. So I finally said, yeah, let's move in with each other. Let's move in with each other. Let's do it. You want to come to Boston? Let's do it. Fine. But I said, when I told him that, to finally make him happy, and so he'd stop nagging me, I said, okay, let's live with each other. And, but I said, with the stipulation, you're leaving. You know, when we finished filming this, it was December.
Okay.
He's leaving regardless. He's leaving now to go back to Montana.
This is
we
crazy.
came back, like the end of December. There was Christmas and everything. So basically, if he was coming up to Boston, we'd get a place together in January, right? And then February, March, he would be leaving in March to go back to Montana to take care of his place. And so I'd be stuck in a place all alone anyways all summer, paying the rent and everything by myself because he's taking care of things in Montana.
Wait,
I said, let's wait till the end of the summer when you're done with Montana, and then we can go from there. And he's just, you know, took it as oh, no, you don't want to live with me, blah, blah. No, I was like, let's just wait till the end of the summer when you're done with your shit in Montana.
Wait, can I make a proposition here, please? This is Justin again.
Sure.
Listen. What if a gentleman had a 1995 Acura?
Oh my God.
And he had a place for you to put your horse, and he said he would never leave you, and all he would do was brush your hair, and like hang out with you and just love you and enjoy you.
I don't brush my hair, so that would work out.
Oh, well, but okay, the apartment's in Harlem, and I think the horse can fit. So what would you think if you were propositioned? Would that be attractive to you?
No, I really don't like anybody. So it's not.
What was one thing that attracted you to Abe? Was it because he was just so far out there that you could sort of relate to him?
Yeah, he got me when he said he was an artist, and he said he wanted to paint faces, which we did in Cutthroat. And when he said he wanted to paint faces, and I happened to bring face paint with me for, you know, thinking I'd be using it myself, it was, you know, we just hit it off.
Wait, this is a coincidence because this gentleman that I know in Harlem with the Acura, he loves to paint faces. He told me that just an hour before you called. He said, "You know what I really like to do is paint a lady's face." And
for the rest of my life, I would never date a guy from Harlem. So
no, he's not from Harlem. He just owns land there for the horse. For the horse, he may have made an investment because he knew that he was going to have you on the line today, and he thought this was his big chance.
No, I like being alone.
All right, now getting back to the Real World Road Rules challenge.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself going on the next challenge, wherever it may be, with your situation right now being the way it is with Abe?
If they're even doesn't care.
What was that?
You know what? I'm going to vent. I'm going to be the first one to say this. I'm a little irritated because his ex-girlfriend who did the shows, I'm not even going to say her name because it's not even worth saying, but has been calling him up and is trying to, like, lick his asshole and get, you know, back in his pants, and she needs to back off.
Whoa.
I think I know exactly who you're talking about. For everyone in the audience listening, we're talking to Cara Maria from the Real Road Rules Challenge.
Hold on, Cara, is that the way to Abe's heart to lick his asshole? Is that what you're telling us?
What?
Is that the way to Abe's heart? Is that what you're telling us, to lick his asshole?
Yeah, probably.
So you lick Abe's asshole is what you're trying to tell us subliminally?
No, haven't got there yet.
Haven't gotten there yet. You guys have been dating for quite some time now.
Yeah.
Well,
what if I knew a guy in Harlem
Oh my God.
who was kind of into the ass stuff as well? I'm just saying.
I've been watching challenges for fucking years now, and I remember the last challenge, Wes, in typical fashion, was being a fucking asshole, as always. Is he always an asshole all the time, or does he just do it because he's on TV?
It's a sort of arrogance that he carries, like a self-entitled arrogance that he carries around with him that comes off as being an asshole. He apologized to everything he did to me, so I harbor nothing against him because, you know, people will watch a show and think that everything that happened is still how we feel to this day. And it's not. You know, time happens even from the time the show went to the reunion. You know, people talk and they apologize and everything. So I don't hate Wes. I know he comes off as a dick. I think he likes to come off as a dick. That's kind of his thing. But
he comes off more like a bitch than a dick, because he's doing disrespectful things to women.
Wait.
He tries to. I think he tries to be like Kenny, but doesn't pull it off.
Do you think Do you think if Steven saw Irene today, he would slap her again?
What?
Steven, remember the Real World?
New York.
Seattle season.
That was Seattle.
Where Steven slapped Irene.
No,
I
don't
know what's happened. It was about 15 years ago.
Yeah, Steven's actually gay now. He came out of the closet.
Oh, so he might slap her again now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I was just thinking about your point about how how everybody thinks things are the same forever. Based on what they see on TV. And so I think that's like Steven just goes around slapping women with Lyme disease in the face.
Some people still harbor things, though. Some people still harbor things. Like Paula, I don't think is ever going to forgive Laurel. I mean, there's certain.
Oh, definitely. Laurel laid into her though, and it's kind of understandable. It's because she called out a bunch of stuff about Paula's past and calling her anorexic and all these different types of diseases and whatnot. That's almost unforgivable.
Doesn't mean you get to like harbor hate though forever. It kind of helps yourself if you say, yeah, well, sure, I'll forgive that, but we're not going to be best friends. You know what I mean? But Paula she couldn't even.
There's definitely a lot of.
I'm not going to hang out with Wes and Jen on the weekends, but both of them said, even Tyler had said, hey, what went on? I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm like, great, thank you. I'll accept that. I'll move on. I'm not going to hate you. I'm not going to shit talk you, but I know the kind of person you are, and I'm just going to, go into the next challenge with that knowledge and proceed appropriately.
Yeah, I just have a question. You're a lady who likes horses. Now, what if I told you that this gentleman that I've heard of in Harlem is
this whole show a setup for a date or something? Because
I'm Justin Williams.
That's only part of the show.
Well, I'm Justin Williams. I'm a comedian. I'm just guest hosting today. And so they were like, they told me you were going to be on the air. And I figured, because I have no permanent presence here, so I figured I should parlay my opportunity to not only do plugs for some of my upcoming shows, but to also try to date you.
Huh.
But because I don't know what's real on TV. I don't know what's going on with you and Abe. I just know the man that I could be. Wait, did I say me? I mean my friend in Harlem who owns a 95 Acura. But that guy might have a name that's like Justin Williams though.
Hypothetically.
Even if I was single, I'm the hardest person ever to I've had people going at it for years still asking just to take me out to dinner, and I said no.
It kind of sounds like the only way to really get you on a date is to pretty much bring you to a place where you can do arts and crafts.
What if I rode a horse up and the horse had its face painted? Would that combine enough of things? I've been just scouting you out this whole interview, and I'm trying to put together a magical white night date for you. But I could tell you're very unique, because this sounds like a nightmare. Me riding up on a horse from Boston with its face painted, and the horse has a sense of entitlement.
I don't think she's feeling you right now, Jeff.
What do you think?
I'm just waiting till it's over.
Oh, what rang?
What was that? I didn't really hear you on that one.
Me?
Yeah, yes, you.
Oh, I was just waiting until he was done.
Oh, you were trying to feed into his game. That's always a nice way to react. But we saw...
My father always said, leave him speechless, Justin. That's what you do.
We all saw in this challenge that you were eliminated by Emily and Ty, the team who's been thrown in countless times.
Yeah.
Who is your pick to win the entire challenge?
That's tough. That's real tough. I would say, I think Johnny and Camilla have done really well in the challenges so far. I don't know how Camilla is going to be able to stack up endurance-wise over a long period of time, especially when compared to girls like Diem, who that's all she does is endurance, and she's got CT, who's a monster, and Emily and Ty. And Ty's already shown that it could be anybody's game. I don't know. It could come down to the girls. If it comes down to the girls, I think Ty and Em would win the whole thing. And second guess, maybe CT and Diem, maybe.
How do you feel about kids? And
how do I feel about who?
Kids. About having kids.
Why would you ask that?
Well, I'm just trying to find out how compatible we are. Honestly, I thought that when you were speechless, that was a sign that what I was saying was working.
I'm like anti-children. I have an IUD. I'm never going to be pregnant ever. I'll like donate my ovaries to science. I would never want kids.
Oh my God, that's such a relief because I do not want any more kids.
Wow.
Oh,
Cara Maria, before we let you go, tell our audience where we can see you in the future.
Hopefully another challenge.
All right.
Myself. I don't know if they're even gonna have another season. If MTV renewed it, we don't even know. So.
If everything goes correctly, you can see her in an apartment on 125th Street in about a year and a half. Not pregnant, by the way.
Never pregnant.
All right. Thanks, Cara Maria, for coming on the show. You've been interesting.
You've been a delight, baby.
I've been a pissed off bitch, and I apologize. I just got off a really bad phone call with Abrams, so I'm taking it out on you guys.
Don't. Well, you're actually taking it out on Justin Williams, not all of us, so it doesn't matter.
You can call me anytime Abraham acts up, girl. You always got my ear. That's just sugar talk from the heart, baby.
All right. I appreciate it. Thanks to you guys for having me. Sorry I was crazy, but...
All right, thanks, Cara, for coming on the show. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
All right. I have no clue what just happened. I have absolutely no clue what just happened.
I was just letting them try to get in their pants, to be honest with you.
Hey!
That was pretty funny.
I saw an opportunity to spit some game.
Oh, man.
That was your game.
That was my game, man.
Yeah, honestly, like, I gotta be honest, like, I stay quiet the whole time because I don't watch that. I don't watch the Real World Road Rules Challenge.
Yeah, and she was boring anyway.
Well,
No, she wasn't. She was beautiful. You tell her to call me. I tell her I'm serious.